Howdy folks, welcome to yet another edition of Smarter Money Matters. It really does. With me, your wealth doctor, Jeff Camarda, and our super CFPs, Anna Wunderlich and Lou Versil. Anyway, so today's really important topic, and again drawn from the Wall Street Journal article of the same name, is why every family needs a code word. Why does every family need a code word? And this is really something that probably is off the radar of a lot of folks. But why would that be, do you think, Lou?
Well, in today's day and age, with all the AI advancement out there, there's a lot of scams going on, and these AI and hackers and scammers out there use AI to impersonate family members. Use someone's voice to pretend that it can be.
And even before it, this has been a long-standing problem.
Absolutely.
So I call up and
pretend to be someone else.
And Anna pretends to be my granddaughter, but she really isn't. Oh, Grandpa, I'm stuck in Timbuktu. You got to send money. They're about to kidnap me. And it can be very convincing, and people get all worked up, and they kind of mindlessly go ahead and send the funds, right? So a code word is kind of like a personal protection identity verification system that you can use in your family, just like you're required to by almost every transaction you probably engage in these days. It really doesn't have to be that complicated. But again, if you hit, and to Lou's point, if you get a call from someone who sounds just like your grandson and says he needs money for a gift card for something, the best thing to do is hang up and say, call me right back, or call your grandson yourself, right?
And it can be hard to do, especially if it sounds just like that grandson's voice, right? That can be difficult to hang up on him and do it, but it's advisable.
Or if he's being kidnapped in Timbuktu.
Right.
But if it's not appropriate to have the call him right back, then that's where the code word comes into play, right? So what is, okay, that's great, Johnny, happy to help you out. What's the family code word? And if it's double eagle or magnolia, whatever it is, it's almost impossible unless you've leaked it for the fraudster to be able to tease that information out. And they might try to bamboozle you, but they're not going to come up with a word, right?
Right.
What are your thoughts on that, Anna Wunderlich?
Yeah, so the article talked about some different options for the code word. I mean, obviously you don't want to use something super publicly available like the road you live on or something like that, but it can just be a family memory. They even had some examples of using like a question or a phrase. Again, just make sure it's something that's not publicly available or easily identifiable about you and your family.
Yeah, then they had some suggestions. Keep the word simple but strong, right? Easy to remember, particularly for the aged among us. Keep it safe, don't share it, limit the circle of people that you share this with. People talk, and if it leaks out, you're screwed, right? And also have a plan B. Some families also have, in addition to the code word, they'll ask you a question, like, what was your first car? Or something that's common family knowledge, like where was Grandpa Jones born, what state was he born, something like that. Mm-hmm. And even that's kind of on the line of what might be in public information, so think deeply about it. But this is serious stuff. To get back to your AI example, you all know what deep fakes are, right? I'm sure you've all seen, you've watched on Facebook or TikTok or whatever, these just outlandish videos that appear to be genuine. It looks just like the person. And we're still in the infancy of what AI can do. So a deep fake is, with a little bit of training of the computer, we can come up with an avatar that sounds and looks exactly like Lou. Though I'm not sure why anybody would want to do that. but if they did, right, it's virtually indistinguishable. And the only thing you got is a secret bit of information in your code word. What else?
The other thing that the article mentions is that you may not want to change that code word often, unless there's the circumstances that it can
like a bitter divorce.
Like a divorce, absolutely, or something, a death in the family or something like that, where you need to expand or make the change to the word so it doesn't get out, it stays in that close-knit circle. But yeah, that was one of the suggestions as well. But definitely something that's very, very prevalent nowadays with with the emergence of this technology and AI. And like you were saying earlier, this is nothing new, but it's getting these cameras are getting better and better every single day. So definitely something to
Yeah, and a good time to do that is around the holidays when folks gather, or if you watched our podcast on family mission statements a couple times ago. It was a good one. You should probably go back and look at it if you didn't see it. But when you have the opportunity for a discussion and explain why this is so important, it's not just your teenagers aren't going to listen. Yeah, sure, Grandpa, whatever. You know what I mean? They have to appreciate. You know what? If you know a code word, you ain't getting the money, boy. You're getting stuck in too.
You're stuck.
Bear that in mind, for the family members that, and this may be you, that that has cognitive issues or may in the future. Set up a system such that it's relatively easy to work, and maybe you write it down on a card somewhere, where you're sure to find it by the phone or on a refrigerator, whatever. Get creative, but it needs to be, since the older, frailer, less cognitively sophisticated folks are probably the prime targets of scams like this. You want to make sure that you have a mechanism that lets them operate it.
Yeah.
I also think, putting like scam or spam blockers on their phones, maybe reminding them, hey, if the number's not saved, don't answer it or hang up the call. That could be also a good reminder. Even if they are, a little bit seasoned, like you said, trying to prevent them from even interacting with the scammers as much as possible is a good call.
Good point.
Seasoned, I like that. I'm getting to be a little well seasoned myself. Huh? So that's a really, really good point. Get into the phone and just go ahead and block or flag those favorite contacts. Presumably your family members are going to be in there too, and if the other ones go to if the phone number doesn't match Little Johnny, it may not be Little Johnny. Good. That was a great but short session. Thank you very much, Lou and Ann. Until next time, this is Dr. Jeff Camarda wishing you a very profitable week.